Hey there, Stoic Soul community. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most profound and practical works of Stoic philosophy, Seneca's Letters from a Stoic. This collection of letters, written nearly 2,000 years ago, is a treasure trove of timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges with resilience, integrity, and inner peace. Now you might be thinking, what can an ancient Roman philosopher possibly teach me about living well in the modern world? Well, let me tell you, the insights and strategies packed into these letters are as relevant and transformative today as they were in Seneca's time. Because the truth is, the human experience hasn't changed all that much over the millennia. We still grapple with the same fundamental questions, fears, and aspirations that our ancestors did. And that's where Seneca comes in. As a prominent statesman, playwright, and advisor to emperors, he knew a thing or two about thriving in turbulent times. But more than that, he was a master of applying Stoic principles to the art of living, not just philosophizing about them, but embodying them in every aspect of his life. So whether you're facing personal challenges, professional setbacks, or just the daily stresses of modern existence, Seneca's letters offer a roadmap for cultivating the wisdom, resilience, and inner freedom to meet life on its own terms. And that's what we're going to explore today. We'll dive into some of the key themes and takeaways from letters from a Stoic, and how you can start applying this ancient wisdom to your own life, right here, right now. So grab a notepad, get cozy, and let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and transformation together. The Dichotomy of Control. One of the core ideas that runs throughout Seneca's letters is the dichotomy of control, the notion that some things are within our power and others are not. He writes, "It is in no man's power to have whatever he wants, but he has it in his power not to wish for what he hasn't got, and cheerfully make the most of the things that do come his way." This simple yet profound principle is the foundation of Stoic resilience. Seneca reminds us that we can't control external events, other people's actions, or the twists of fate. But what we can always control is our own judgments, attitudes, and responses. Think about it. How much of our stress and suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable? We get angry at traffic jams, anxious about the weather on our wedding day, resentful of other people's choices and behaviors. But as Seneca points out, these things are fundamentally not up to us. Railing against them is like trying to command the tides, futile and exhausting. But when we focus on what is in our control, our own thoughts, beliefs, and actions, we tap into a deep well of inner power and freedom. We may not be able to change our circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. We can meet adversity with courage, setbacks with perseverance, and the unpredictable nature of life with flexibility and grace. So next time you find yourself getting worked up about something beyond your control, remember Seneca's words. Ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If not, can I let it go and redirect my energy to what I can influence? This simple shift in perspective can be truly transformative. The shortness of life. Another powerful theme in Seneca's letters is the brevity and preciousness of human life. He writes, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested." In other words, life is not short, we just make it so by squandering our time on trivial pursuits, petty grievances, and meaningless distractions. We act as if we have an infinite supply of tomorrows, putting off our dreams, our relationships, our true callings. But as Seneca reminds us, our days are numbered, and we never know which one will be our last. This might sound morbid, but for Seneca, contemplating our own mortality is actually a powerful catalyst for living fully and purposefully. When we remember that our time is finite, we're more likely to focus on what truly matters, to prioritize the things that bring us meaning and fulfillment, rather than getting caught up in the noise and chatter of daily life. Seneca encourages us to treat each day as a mini lifetime, to approach it with intention, presence, and a sense of urgency. He urges us not to put off the things that matter most, whether it's pursuing our passions, mending broken relationships, or expressing our love and appreciation. So take a moment right now to reflect on your own life. Are you making the most of the time you've been given? Are you focusing on what really matters, or are you letting precious days slip by in a haze of busyness and distraction? Let Seneca's words be a wake-up call, a reminder to live each day as if it could be your last, not in a hedonistic sense, but with a spirit of presence, purpose, and gratitude. Cultivating virtue. For Seneca and the Stoics, the ultimate goal of life was not pleasure or success, but virtue living in alignment with our highest values and principles. Throughout the letters, he reflects on the qualities that constitute a life well lived: wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. Seneca argues that these virtues are their own reward, that there's an inherent satisfaction and fulfillment in doing the right thing, regardless of the outcome. He encourages us to focus on cultivating our character rather than chasing after external markers of success or validation. But this isn't about being perfect or morally superior. Seneca recognizes that we're all flawed and fallible human beings, prone to temptation and error. What matters is that we keep striving to be our best selves, to align our actions with our values, even when it's hard. One way to do this is through the practice of daily reflection and self-examination. Seneca kept a journal in which he reviewed his thoughts and actions each day, holding himself accountable to his principles and learning from his missteps. We can do the same, taking time each day to check in with ourselves, to ask whether we're living up to our own standards of integrity and virtue. Another key practice is choosing our influences wisely. Seneca advises surrounding ourselves with people who inspire and challenge us to be our best selves, friends and mentors who embody the qualities we aspire to. At the same time, he cautions against getting caught up in the opinions and judgments of others, recognizing that true self-worth comes from within. Cultivating virtue is a lifelong journey, not a destination. But by keeping it at the forefront of our minds and actions, we gradually shape our character and our lives in a more meaningful and fulfilling direction. Finding joy in simplicity. In a world that often equates happiness with material success and constant stimulation, Seneca offers a radically different perspective. For him, true joy and contentment come from living simply in harmony with nature and our own inner selves. He writes, "Natural desires are limited, but those which spring from false opinion can have no stopping point. The false has no limits. When you are traveling on a road, there must be an end, but when astray, your wanderings are limitless." In other words, when we get caught up in chasing after external pleasures and possessions, we set ourselves up for a never-ending cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. There's always something more to want, something new to acquire. But when we focus on the simple joys of life, a beautiful sunset, a heartfelt conversation, a job well done, we tap into a deeper sense of fulfillment that doesn't depend on outside circumstances. Seneca encourages us to cultivate a spirit of gratitude and appreciation for the small wonders of daily life. He advises us to take pleasure in our own company, to find richness in solitude and self-reflection. And he reminds us that true wealth lies not in what we have, but in wanting what we already possess. This doesn't mean we have to live like ascetics or renounce all worldly pleasures, but it does invite us to re-examine our priorities, to ask ourselves what really brings us joy and meaning. It's about finding a sense of sufficiency and contentment in the present moment, rather than always grasping for more. So take some time today to savor the simple gifts in your life. Take a walk in nature, connect with a loved one, pursue a hobby or passion, just for the sheer joy of it. Remind yourself that happiness is not some distant destination, but a choice we can make in each moment by appreciating what we have and who we are. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the dichotomy of control to the shortness of life, from cultivating virtue to finding joy in simplicity. But the real power of Seneca's letters lies in integrating these insights into a cohesive art of living. Seneca doesn't just offer abstract philosophy, but a practical roadmap for navigating life's challenges with wisdom, resilience, and grace. His letters are a call to action, an invitation to embody Stoic principles in every aspect of our lives. So as we close, I invite you to reflect on how you might start applying these teachings in your own life. What would it look like to focus on what's in your control, to treat each day as a precious gift, to prioritize virtue over external success? What simple joys and pleasures can you cultivate? What influences can you surround yourself with to support your growth? Remember, the path of Stoicism is not about becoming a perfect sage overnight. It's about progress, not perfection. It's about showing up each day with the intention to live with a little more wisdom, courage, and integrity than the day before. If this exploration of Seneca's letters from a Stoic resonated with you, I encourage you to share it with others who might benefit from its timeless insights. And if you want to dive deeper into Stoic philosophy and its practical applications, be sure to subscribe to the StoicSoul channel. Together, we're reviving this ancient wisdom tradition and making it relevant and accessible for the modern world. We're building a community of seekers and practitioners committed to living with greater purpose, resilience, and joy. So thank you for being here, for your openness and commitment to the examined life. Keep studying, keep applying these teachings, and know that you have the strength and wisdom within you to meet whatever life brings. Until next time, stay present, stay grounded, and keep embracing the adventure of a life well lived. Thank you, and see you soon.